Morning, afternoon, and evening, whenever you guys are watching this. Hope you guys are having a great day today, evening, morning. It's always coffee time in the Conklin house. I have a question. What are you going to do today to wow or win your prospects? What's the one thing you're going to do? And usually isn't just the one thing, it's a culmination of things. What are the things you're going to do right now to win over your prospects? And everyone's got an answer to it. I can give you my answer, I can give you someone else's answer, but I did write down 5 things you need to do to win over your next prospect. For those of you that don't know me and joining me, thank you for being here. My name is Anthony Conklin. I help people figure out sales. Sales is this big black box, and most people think sales is you throw money at it, you throw salespeople at it, things just happen. The problem is most sales leaders are very ill-informed because they're more a manager and not a leader. They're more of a beat you over the head and not work as a coach or a trusted advisor. And most sales reps just lack the confidence to pick up the phone and really raise their game. For those of you that are just joining me, thank you for being here. I'm going to also answer some questions. I'm going to make this a really quick Instagram live, but I wanted to share with you, I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 things you could do to win over or wow your prospects, especially today in 2021. It's been a really interesting year so far. This has probably been one of the best years I've had in recent years. These first 6 months of 2021 have been a turnaround year for me. I don't know if COVID is to blame or COVID's part of it, but it's definitely been an eye-opener for me. My business has grown. We did have a quick stop back in March of last year, but then we picked up a couple clients and things are just going well. So what does that mean to you? What it means to you is that whether you're in a pandemic environment, whether you're in a depression or a recession or things are going through the roof, it's all up in here. It's all what you do up here. And then when you execute consistently and with intention every single day, that's what makes you the best kick-ass sales rep, entrepreneur, leader you ever want to be. So thank you for being here. I'm going to give you the 5 things that you need to do. 5 things you need to do right now to wow over your clients. Now, this applies to anybody in the B2B world. It applies to anyone in B2C world. It applies to anybody who's selling online digital marketing, or if you're selling sales coaching like myself, or you're just an investor. This is anything to wow over your prospect, anything to wow over that one client or that one prospect. Let me give you the 5 ways to do that. 1 is to be relevant. Be relevant means what got you here is not going to get you to the next level. What got you to 2021 is not going to get you to 2022 and will not get you to 2023, 24, and 25. And let me tell you why that is. We are living in the greatest time in history. Things are changing so quickly. Technology is changing the way we live, eat, and breathe every single day. But here's the one thing that doesn't change, are the fundamentals. And I think it's the one thing we miss. So when I say be relevant, that doesn't mean erase the fundamentals of what got you here, but think about new technology you can leverage. Think about some of the people that are in your network. For those of you that are on Clubhouse, reach out to people on Clubhouse. Avoid some of the people that are full of shit and work with people that have actually done it before. So if someone says they're a 7 and 8 figure, show me how you're a 7 and 8 figure, coach or a leader or investor. So number 1 is to be relevant. Number 2 is be other focused. You know, if you think about sales from a sort of a general perspective, selling is me giving you something, you giving me something in return. My only goal is to close the deal. Well, the fact is, it's pretty true. Your only goal is to close the deal. But here's what you think about. Selling is not something you do to somebody. It's something you do with and for somebody. So when you say it's something that I want to do or something that I want to be focused on, think about what can you do to help that person change their life, raise their revenue, decrease costs, put in a sales process, hire a sales leader, hire a sales team, where I should invest in digital marketing, where I should be focusing my efforts on SEO, whether it be websites, right? Think about that. And I would tell you, be other focused, meaning don't feel like I got this bag of tricks with me and I'm going to throw it at you. I'm going to ask probing questions. I call them thought-provoking, jaw-dropping, and soul-piercing questions. You want to ask questions because you want to focus just on them. Okay, number 3 is be an advisor. Well, how do you become an advisor? Somebody tell me, how do you become an advisor? Put your comments below. How do you become an advisor? You bring advice. How do you bring advice? Is having situational knowledge, situational understanding. So when I approach somebody in my industry or one of my clients, I say, well, you're in the commercial real estate business. Well, find out what's going on in commercial real estate. put up Google alerts, do a search on news. There's so much information. I said before, we are living in the greatest time in history. There's so much information available to you on your phone, which I'm using right now, or on my iPad, that presidents 20 years ago didn't have. Take advantage of the information that you have. Information is in power, is potential power. It's how you take that power and use it for good. So be an advisor by having advice. How do you get advice? Blogs, videos, subject matter experts, people who are successful in that industry. Read their blogs, reach out to them, send them a DM, send them an email, send a video like this. I'm very big on sending videos. Send them a video, get their attention and say, I'm building a practice, I'm building a business, I want to know what is going on in your industry, I want to become a subject matter expert. Just ask. Remember, the answer is always no until you ask. Michael Jordan, right, says, I missed 9,000 shots. He became successful. Every time you don't swing at the ball, you're going to miss it anyway. So bring some advice. Next is to be trustworthy. How do you become trustworthy? Well, by being trustworthy, right? By offering something that is valuable to your prospect, by letting them know that I'm trustworthy, but I'm also going to trust you with something, right? How do you gain someone's trust? Or how do you build trust? Is you become a trusted person. You know, one of these things I've heard from Anthony Iannarino, who's probably one of the best sales transformational coaches I've met, who I aspire to learn from him on a regular basis. I have all of his books here on my shelf, is that in order to be a trusted advisor, you need two things. You need trust and you need advice. How do you build trust? By giving information away for free that they can think about using their business, and then they'll come back to you and say, hey, listen, I want to go a little bit deeper. That information you gave me was very helpful. Give something away that's needle moving. I'm not saying give stuff away for free because you have to run a business, but build trust by giving something that shows that you are trustworthy. Okay, next is going to be persistent. And this is the fifth and final way to wow your prospect is be persistent. I am persistent, consistent, insistent. I am aggressive. I'm over the top. I'm not expecting you to be like me, but I am expecting you to be like yourself. If you're an introvert, find a way to be persistent in a way that you feel comfortable. But I'm telling you right now, if you're not persistent in your follow-up, if you're not persistent in your outreach, whether it be cold outreach, email, text message, SMS, smoke signals, I don't care if you're just showing up knocking on someone's door. If you're not persistent on a consistent basis, you're not going to win as an entrepreneur. So let me go through those 5 steps on how to wow your prospect this week. First thing, be relevant. Give me information that applies to me now. Not 5 years ago, not even 2 years ago. By the way, post-COVID makes everything you did pre-COVID completely irrelevant. So be relevant. Second is be other focused. Think about what you could do for that other person. Selling is not something you do to someone, it's something you do for and with someone. Number 3 is be a trusted advisor. How do you be a trusted advisor? Bring trust and bring advice. Figure out where that advice, I'm struggling with the words, figure out the advice that you want to give to them. That advice means I'm giving you something that I would give to myself. So when I do coaching, I'm actually coaching myself because I feel like I'm giving advice to myself. Okay? So advice. Be trustworthy. It goes out saying, you want to be trustworthy? Be a trusted advisor. Offer something of trust. Be someone you can trust by proving you can trust. And we could talk a little bit about that later on. And last one is be persistent. Be persistent, be persistent, be consistent, be intentional, right? Be disciplined. All the buzzwords. There's nothing new here, guys. Nothing new. It's all the same things over and over and over again. I hope that was helpful. Those are the 5 things that you can do right now to wow your prospects. And I don't care if you're in B2C or if you're B2B. I don't care if you're a small company. I don't care if you're 5 figures or you're 9 figures. Those are the 5 things that are going to wow your prospects today. And let me ask you this. Let me just pause for a second. If you find that some of this is helpful, let me know. Better yet, if you found this helpful and it sparked one idea for you, share with somebody else. Sharing is caring, okay? I know it's an old cheesy quote, but it's real and it's visceral. Sharing is caring. Please share, please care, pay it forward. That's how you do it. Hope you have a great week, everybody. Don't forget, my name is Anthony Conklin. I help you figure out sales. If you're struggling with sales, sales process, sales strategy, and confidence, send me a message, send me a DM, put your information here. I'd love to have a 15-minute conversation with you. I know I'm having some trouble with my Calendly link, so I'll send it to you manually in a DM. If you want to set up a 15-minute call, let me know. Thank you so much for your time, effort, energy. Go have an amazing day. Until next time, live with passion and go sell something.